Hello. This is a recording for me, Jeff. I'm a student, pre-nursing student. This is for my retainment. If you're watching this, so we my Chem 309 class. I've been working on these worksheets. So 3 of them were available before class started yesterday. I finished at 3. Then I didn't print them out, but the teacher had a handout. And so I just transferred the information to the handout and I finished the rest of the worksheets this morning. Element identifying, element name and symbol, table, significant figures, scientific notations, electrons and number of valence electrons. This is actually something that I need to ask her today. We have our strategies course at 11:30. I think it's 11 or 11:30 via Zoom. And there's a couple of things here that I noted that I need to ask her about. One of them is the number of electrons, the number of valence electrons, and the electron dot structure. It asks us to identify the total number of electrons for specific elements. And do that. So ask her. In addition to that assignment, we have the Chem 83 worksheet for week 1 and 2. And she asked us to do the first 4 problems. I'll do that today. This morning. I'm sick. I have the sniffles and it's really cold outside. I typically don't. I don't like calling it sick, but I'm really tired and I'm staying at a hotel today and I'll probably extend it to 2 days. And I'll be working on my homework there. Feeling sick. Yeah, it's unavoidable. Years ago, I went 2 whole years without calling in sick or being late. It was quite an accomplishment. But yeah, it happens. If you are one of those guys that are really into your job, and I don't want to call it sick, it's very common, and don't worry about it. I was like that. I still feel that tension when I'm about to call my manager or message my manager, but in the it's always they don't sweat you that much. This is we're not back in the days when people flip out. They call you if you do it all the time, and yeah, maybe they'll mention it to you. But for me, for the most part, they're accommodating. They don't. I don't call it sick that much. So, anyways, I have the whole day today to work on my Chem 83 worksheet and the rest of the Chem 309 problems. Chem 309 problems. Yes. Oh, I still have 2 more. We're working on some math yesterday, and I had to take it home. I think it's great that she consolidated all the math that we would be using for the rest of the semesters, and then gave it to us the first day. I don't know if she said that to anyone else, but she told me, and I'm very happy to know that is everything that I need to learn math-wise, and I can apply it to the other materials that we'll be learning in class. Definitely going to keep those sheets. So I'm happy about that. And my Chem 333 class, I spent $176. I will be receiving the materials the Monday, and I ordered it. It's going to an Amazon locker. I'll go pick it up there. I still need to buy the popper, which is like $34. And I decided to kind of go cheap on the grinder. And there's one at a window where I work out at, close to where I work out at. It's like it's very cheap. It's less than $24. So the one that was recommended by the teacher was $24. It was an Amazon bestseller, and so I'm gonna go cheap. It can't. It's a grinder, right? And if all else fail, I have a huge one that I can probably use at work. There's a I work at Starbucks, so there's a big one that if I really have to, I'll go ask them if I can use it. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to accommodate. So yeah, $200 worth of stuff, coffee stuff. But I am excited about it. So it helps to have that now knowledge in your back. I mean, it helps me in a couple of ways. It's a chemistry class, and I'm taking a chemistry 309 course, and so those having those two chemistry classes this semester, as a strategy course, just keeps it blends. It blends. I'm not having to. Uh, my thoughts aren't thinking different. What's the term here? Differently. I don't have to think like chemistry and literature, and so it's all chemistry this semester, uh, which is great. Then it's biology time, and if they let me, I'll take one during summer, and then there's two more to take. And then off to my nurse courses, pharmacology, medical terminology. I've taken medical terminology and pharmacology, and just practicums and clinicals, and I'm not sure what else. I'm sure it'll be, but I'm excited about that part. Some of them will be in hospitals, and I can't wait to learn from other nurses and be a part of that group. Yeah, I feel like it's a job that matters. Uh, this past few years, we've seen the importance of medical workers during the pandemic, and I have my AAS in medical assisting, and I'm very happy to be that. So when all of this is over, I will be I'll be a nurse. I'll be a male nurse. I was looking at the other YouTube videos. There's a lot of female nurses. We are so not represented. Barely. I'm sure there's plenty of male nurses, but a lot of females. I know a bunch of them. They get paid well. Just looking at the pays, it ranges just at first glance, like $69 to almost $100 per hour. I'm sure some of them will be salary based. And I looked at 100 grand to 134 grand a year, which is a lot for me. I think if this happens, first of all, I'll be uh, within my mother's side of the family. I'm an only child in my mother's side. I never met my father, so I don't know if he had kids or not or whatever. But I say that I'm an only child in on my mother's side. I would be. She didn't finish college. I would be the first one to get a bachelor's. So that's good. I'm not sure what I have like aunts in the Philippines and cousins. So I'll say I'll be the first one to get a bachelor's in the United States. It's a, that's something. So that would be great. It's gonna be quite an accomplishment. She passed. My mother passed while back of cancer. And one of my inspirations are actually the nurses that came to my house during the time that she was in hospice. She was at a facility. She was sleeping in a facility towards the end, and she didn't like it. She called me and she was like, I don't want to stay at home. So that meant for me having to take a leave from work indefinitely to stay with her uh, at home. And I did that, took care of her, did some of the work. I took care of her food. There's some hygiene stuff that I helped her out with. Uh, Her medicine, kept track of what she took and when. And when the nurses came, they took a look at it. And when she passed, I went back to school and I got my A as a medical assistant, excelled, and I went to an externship, got an offer, kind of low. It was kind of low. I think this was my fault. This could have been my fault. I There was like a sheet of paper that they were handing out, and I put a low amount as an acceptable pay rate. So I advise to people that are like at school and those, make sure you don't just accept any job because it's better than the one that you have now, or a job if you don't have one. Make sure you're getting paid what you're worth. So, anyways, there was an offer. I love the place. The people were great, but I ended up not taking the position as a medical assistant and going back to my old job, which hired me at a higher pay. Uh, I don't think it was a wrong decision per se, but it didn't end well. I think in retrospect, in retrospect, uh, I'll look that up later. Retrospect, I should have asked for more. If they an offer is the start of a negotiation, so we'll make a deal with them. I can't take $15 an hour for this amount of work for this position. I'll take, how about $20 worth of work and extra vacation time or something. I'll tell you. Anyway, so you can deal with these people, all right? They're people. They're not Nazis, or yeah. Don't be intimidated by authority figures. Of course, the respect needs to be there. They they're at their positions for a reason, but definitely should they treat you right financially, especially. I'm drinking tea. Uh, Anyways, I'm excited for the semester. Uh, Excited for the semester. Oh God, I really I can't wait till I'm not sure what my life looks like now versus when I'm done and I'm in the field. My bed is going to be completely different. So I'm looking forward to that.